And I trust. No worry. All right then. No, you're wrong.
It's a pleasure, sir.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Very pleased to meet you.
All right. My name is Henry Agbebire. I'm Director Special Duties FAAN. I provide leadership for the Directorate of Special Duties. And my job is just help align FAAN operations with global standards to ensure we are able to deliver optimal services to our customers. All right, I would say the Special Duties Directorate is a brainchild of the Minister of Aviation. The minister, in his wisdom, when he started his reform, decided to create some new directorates in some of the agencies. So the Special Duties Directorate was established to help close gaps, right, in different agencies. In FAAN, there are loads of gaps that needed to be closed, and we needed some quick fix solutions to some problems. So the minister thought that while we are looking at a holistic solution, let's have a directorate that will take care of some of these issues. That was how the directorate came about. Right now in FAAN, we have two major departments that are statutory. We have what we call the Special Duties Department, and we have what we call the ASQ, Airport Service Quality Department. The Airport Service Quality Department is a department that focuses on the quality of our infrastructure at the airport and our services. So what we look at is monitor this infrastructure, monitor these services, and see how they can become optimal. We also have other units in the department. Right now, I would say we've achieved quite a lot, but still on the short-term basis because we have a holistic plan. One of the biggest achievement this far is on human capital development. Now, the Managing Director, Olumimi Kuku, is big on the quality of employees we have. So there was a need to orient them, immerse them into a culture that will align with our strategic goals, which of course is something that is in line with the minister's agenda and with the president's agenda. So we started what we call the Culture Change Program. It's an intensive training and immersion program where every staff, every employee in FAAN is oriented to understand what we call the desired culture. There are 12 values that have been identified that drive today's FAAN culture. So every staff is trained. We have a target of about 400 monthly because we are engaging in quite a lot: infrastructural development, reorienting staff to ensure they understand the immediate need of customers so that customer experience can be, optimal. So the training is intensive and is going on. The program is tagged Flight to Excellence. Now, this Flight to Excellence program is something that involves individual aligning and abiding to those culture. So we call it the desired culture. So in FAAN today, we have what we call the FAAN Culture Creed, from professionalism to productivity, efficiency, but the ultimate is excellence. So the drive is for us to deliver excellent services, deliver excellent results in terms of how we carry out our activities at FAAN. So that's one major thing we are doing. We also have the Special Duties Director is providing leadership for the task force. Right now, the task force has a duty to ensure we eradicate corruption and illicit activities at the airport. So it is called Task Force Against Illicit Activities at the different airports. FAAN has about 22 airports. So we started with the flagship airport, that's MMIE. Right now, we have different programs we are running. If you go to the airport right now, you see QR codes. So customers, passengers can just scan these QR codes and make complaints. Feedback has been overwhelming. So in terms of customer experience, we've really achieved quite a lot. Reports have been quite positive right now at the airport. You go to the MMIA, you are happy because we've discouraged a lot of touting and extortion and unnecessary harassment. We are collaborating with the different agencies to ensure we do not in any way, how do I put it, be at cross purpose. But as far as we are concerned, we have our own different strategies we are using. Gone are the days where it's all about raiding people and the rest. No, we have people that now carry, they have body cams, recording, and so that has really reduced the menace of illicit activities at the airport. So it's been quite intensive in terms of infrastructural development as well. Right now there is a major, the minister at the point was quite big on the issue of our toilets. People feel the customer experience has not been too good in terms of the kind of toilets we have. So we have a FAAN innovation and renovation toilet program, whereby we are now going to showcase, a brand new toilet. We're starting with the E-wing that will be commissioned next week by the minister. And we want this type of toilet you walk in and feel comfortable. What customers used to complain about in terms of people handing them toilet roll and all the rest, all of that will be out of it right now. So we have all of that. But key for us is all those quick fix issues, have been taken care of. I must also say that from a general perspective, we have issues like runways being improved upon, what they call FE lightings and the rest, being improved upon. And the bigger ones are coming, heavier bridges and the rest. These are big infrastructure that requires building abroad. We hear many of them are ready and will be coming in soon. But generally, this is just an overview. I'll tell you more about what we have also done deeply under a Special Duties Directorate later.
We're going to come back. I was going to come back to that later on. You happens to be, let me say, a middle man between different directorates and departments.
Thank you, that's correct.
Let me ask, what are the key challenges the agency is facing?
Agency is facing quite a lot. I think in terms of, if you look at the pressure on our revenue streams, the pressure on our revenue streams is quite huge. And so we are not getting enough in terms of revenue to meet up with the demands for infrastructure. All right, heavy capital needs. Okay, so we have that. If you look at inflationary trends as well in the economy today, it has also skyrocketed the cost of doing business. And that again has slowed us down in terms of how we are able to accomplish some of our goals. We also have issues like human capital, which again is being taken care of by the MD's project, which has to do with, tweaking our culture, working on the mindset of the individual staff so we are able to align with the new culture. And, change is not easy. So there's always resistance to change. And that's why we say we're talking about culture change. People need to align with what we call the new values, the new culture. So these are some of the challenges. But I tell you, we are cautiously optimistic, and there are high hopes that all of this will be taken care of. But if you look at the team we have right now, headed by Ulume Kuku, we are focused. And the idea is to pursue our strategic goals with vigor to ensure we accomplish for the minister and for Mr. President.
All right, thank you very much. While you were talking, you mentioned some of the work you're doing, which includes monitoring of activities, some of this looking at to ensure that there are no illicit activities going on in the airport and all of that. Recent, there are reports of aside the viral video of the immigration officer of recent, there are reports of some airport staff, airport workers who engage in illicit activities. Some of them are reported to also try to plant some things on travelers' bags, probably just to transport them to other countries and all of that. How much have you been able to ensure that some of these elements do not discredit the work of FAAN? And how are you ensuring that you also do training and retraining of some of these members of staff at the airport?
Thank you very much for that question. Honestly, how do I put this? First, they say charity begins at home. And indeed, the task force, the job of the task force is quite intensive. So we discovered that charity begins at home, and that indeed there were 10 different, there are 6 different illicit activities we identified, from extortion to touting, and we came up with 10 strategic plans. And in course of investigating these 6 areas of corruption, we ourselves, even at FAAN, within the system, some of our structures, we also cooperate. We found that we're also involved. But majorly, we found that a lot of security agencies were involved as well. So we started the battle from within. In fact, in terms of orientation, in terms of training, in terms of, how do I put it? In terms of ensuring we deal first with those within the system, we gave that a priority, a key priority. So to a very large extent, we are working hard on that. We are doing a lot of sensitization program. We are doing a lot of stakeholders program as well. So it's not something you can just forcefully clean up. It's something that, in fact, I say is not a sprint or a dash. It's some kind of marathon. So we are taking our time. It's going to take some time. But if you just go to the airport now, do some investigation, you see that the negative feedback is reducing a great deal. So we are working hard on that. So we are taking the first step to deal with our people, but we are not absolving all the agencies. All involved are being taken into consideration. So the fight is going to be consistent and it's going to be steady.
All right, let me speak on the progress you've made with regards to the task force which you co-chair. Explain to me, how do you intend to expand this to other airports?
Excellent. You know, the task force is made up of very smart, intelligent people, and some of them are even members of the security agencies. Now, what we have done is to use the Murtala Mohammed Airport, International Airport, as some kind of case study. And we've done a lot. Like I said, if you go there now, there are loads of campaigns. If you look at if you go to MIA, for instance, we have constant announcement being made. This airport is against touting. Report any case directly. Use your scan the QR code and call for emergency or report any illicit activities. We even encourage whistleblowing and all the rest. So we have roll-up banners. We have posters. We have even there's a sign that will be placed in about a week's time. It's titled "Welcome to Corruption-Free Zone." About 3, just going to be behind the security agencies. Now, all of these will be replicated in our 5 international airports. And so I think from next week, that journey will start. But what we've done is to run our effort and look at the feedback and begin to prepare. For instance, QR codes for 5 of the other 4 international airports are ready. And so it will be pasted everywhere. So there's no need to talk to anybody. Just make this call and we just get to you right away at the airport. So it's going to spread to other airports.
That brings me to the issue of relationship and collaboration with other sister security agencies. The issue of supremacy battle among the various security agencies at the airport is still a challenge. How are you dealing with this so that we can have a centralized, perhaps let me say, a centralized system of authority when it comes to operations at the airport?
I think the managing director has made quite a good effort in that area to have some discussion with the NSA, and effort is being made in that regard, and I think that is being taken care of. I think sooner than later. Presently there is an effort to ensure all security agencies at the airport wear a body cam, and the NSA is behind that, and I think just a few finishing touches. The cameras are ready for over 1,000, and so we're going to see a different FAAN, a different airport.
All right. Guys, in case you don't have a question.
Yeah. No, just one. While you were speaking the other time, you mentioned about revenue. You mentioned that challenge, and I understand that FAAN over the time have complained about
revenue lines.
Airport that has become pains in their necks. What is the organization doing as to state governments who build unviable airports and want to hand that over to FAAN? What is the organization doing as regards that?
So, okay. Yeah, as a follow-up,
Okay.
as a follow-up to that question, I would like to say that I think FAAN controls more than 20 airports in Nigeria.
22.
Yeah. Just like he said, do you think there is not too much concentration on other airports? It seems the attention is mostly on Abuja and Lagos. It seems like some of these other airports are just there. Some of them, they just operate. I mean, you see, when you get there, you just wonder, is this an airport? What are the plans to ensure that these airports are also meeting the required standard? Let's not talk about the international standard first. The normal standard of airport.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity to tie to
the other one. Okay. So two things I want to talk about. I want to talk about airport viability. I want to talk about route development. Then I also want to tie it to the $1 trillion dollar.
Okay. Let that come under what the future holds for FAAN.
Okay. Yes, it's under what the future holds for FAAN. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Honestly, the future for FAAN is promising. Quite a lot is in the pipeline. Critically, there's the issue of airport viability. Right now, just barely 3 or 4 of the airports are viable. The MD is big on this. She wants all the airports to be viable. A lot of collaboration is coming up. We've engaged stakeholders, state government, that have quite a number of these airports. So FAAN cannot begin to 4 airports can begin to subsidize other airports. So to a large extent, I think we will start rolling out our airport viability programs. Airport managers are being sent to different trainings right now on airport viability. There's also the effort on route development that is critical, which is one of the reasons that has stalled some of the airports, because the airports are there, but there are no routes, so flights are not coming. So a lot of effort is being put in place to drive route development. I mean, again, I'll say Olubunmi Kuku, our MD, is very big on that. But interestingly, you need to know that we are trying to align with even Mr. President's vision. In due time, I think he's looking at a $1 trillion economy. That is huge. That is ambitious. It may interest you to know that we have taken that on board. At FAAN is critical because, FAAN provides, is one of the key revenue generators for the IGR. And we see our airports as gateway. And so airport viability is critical to us. So we are trying to align and ensure that we have a key role to play in terms of our revenue. One thing we've also done that is prominent, may not be seen, is a digitization program. A lot is being done to automate so that our revenue lines, our revenue streams are automated. We believe if we do that, we may be able to even double, if not triple, our revenue. So effort is being made to that. So there's a lot for FAAN. We have a team that is, brilliant, committed, and, very modern, and we are looking at how we can automate most of our activities and, developing in areas of ICT and all the rest. So I think the future holds great promises for us at FAAN.
Yeah, Mr. Henry, on behalf of these wonderful guys,